I would like to respond to Amenity's video on RuneScape DDoSing. Here is what happened.
I actually got DDoSed yesterday on stream for a pair of Jagex claws on my Zerker account.
Now, DDoSing is not a new thing. It's been happening for many years, and people use it because it's a tool to gain an advantage over someone else. Mainly though, when there is something for them to gain, not just for no reason whatsoever.
I had teleported up to Graves, and I see this guy attacking this bot, so I think, might as well try to kill him.
You thought that's a free kill right there. He is killing bots. I feel like Rambo with my declaws that cost me 300 mil and 6 months of work. But in reality, you need to accept that these guys baited you really hard and had one up on you. They had you all along, and you just didn't know it yet.
So I start attacking him, and right away in the fight, he TBs me. And then right after he TBs me, he throws up Smite Prayer. And at this point, that's kind of a weird thing because I hadn't even shown my Dragon Claws.
By the way, they DDoSed his entire college campus because he was connected to his college internet. I really hope it wasn't deadline day. Could you imagine that the next day? He's in the news. RuneScape player causes deadline extension for DDoS. Now, I'm not defending the DDoSers. I'm not saying it's okay because it's morally wrong to do. But do I really blame those guys for so easily helping themselves within a few minutes to Dragon Claws? It's like strapping $500 to your forehead, going into a crowded place and then wondering why someone pulled it off your forehead. After all, RuneScape is a dog-eat-dog game. Even the guy with the claws who thought he was Rambo was going out hardcore to kill that guy. And all the DDoSers did was said, no you don't, I've got one up on you, you put you in your place.
Sure enough, my internet cut out totally. So right away, 23 prayer, I know those claws are gone. Those claws, there's no possible way I'm going to keep those claws at that prayer level. And here you see the account that actually killed me. Obviously, he just, walks over my loot pile, picks up my claws, doesn't bother with anything else because obviously that's what he's going for.
I'm not even shocked by this. All it is an example of where someone made it too easy for another RuneScape player to access what was his, so they took advantage of that and took his items. I've seen much worse. I watched a guy one time put 1 bill on a staking account that didn't belong to him, and then the owner DDoSed him when he put the 1 bill on, and the owner helped themselves 1 minute later. The guy could do nothing about it. He was offline for like 30 minutes and then came back and thought, it's gone, hasn't it? I've lost. And that is what happens in the RuneScape community. You hear of account hijackings. If you've got a few bill on the account, I hope you've got it secure as possible, because if not, again, people will look for little ways to get into what you have.
And if you look at this account, this guy's in full void melee at 23 wild. This is not regular PKing gear. This is DDoS gear, right? Like, this is 100% without a doubt. This is DDoS gear.
DDoS gear. Well, DDoS gear or not, he's killed you, he's got what he wanted, and even if eventually he does get banned, he's just made a few hundred mil in a few minutes, he's got rid of it, and I'm sure he was repeating that process over and over on other people too, so they would have to be banning him every single day to stop this happening for it to not be profitable, because he could just buy a new account in the same day, do the same thing, get banned, rinse and repeat. It's a never-ending problem. Also, it's the reason we will never ever see a bot-free game, because it's so easy. At any given time, any of you who are normal players could start botting tomorrow.
It's also worth mentioning that this guy who got my account, I think his name's like YourPermG or something, within a couple minutes after he PK'd my claws, he had already double name changed. So that account, I don't even know what that account name is right now because he instantly double name changed.
Look, the only way to combat this problem is by not giving them what they want. So I'm sure if you go in the wilderness with full bronze, there you go, you fixed your problem. I know it's a bad thing to do, but sometimes you have to adjust to the situation. I've had many situations myself. I used to stream all the time, getting DDoSed for no reason sometimes whatsoever. Other times when I'm running back for Void, it's a kick in the balls because I know I've got to do 15 hours then of pest control. But look, you have to just figure out how you're going to solve it.
So here's another example. A guy teleports into Vrock. He's PKing with the claws. This guy instantly finds out who he is and TBs him and entangles him. And then right after that, his internet cuts out. But let's actually take a little closer look at who was attacking this guy. I know it's kind of hard to see, but in the top left-hand corner, you can see his cursors over the guy who was obviously the guy who DDoSed him, and his name is 420 Ranging 0, right?
I don't want this video to be too long, but I will end on a very good point that this whole scenario reminds me of the good versus the bad. On one side, you have the genuine RuneScape player who wants the game to run how he thinks it should, with no rule breaking, nothing sketchy. The other side, you have the bad, which is the DDoSer or the hacker or the guy who just wants to make profit now from the game. He's had his fun with it. He wants to run his little scheme. And by the way, they don't like it when you make videos showing their names and stuff. So when you see that this is still occurring and going on, you've probably just pissed them off to the point where they really don't care about you and they're just out to get you. In the video, the guy says that Jagex need to tackle this problem that they've ignored for a long time. But look, they can just about fucking manage their own world from getting DDoSed. So how they are going to prove that Joe from Texas DDoSed you for a pair of dragon claws so that his mate Trevor could kill you? Like, let's be honest here, this is an external problem that isn't within Jagex's means. Of course, they can monitor the accounts and see of any malicious activity that is affecting the integrity of the game. But in terms of definitively proving who on the outside, like for example, you could get in a stare up with someone on World of Warcraft. The World of Warcraft player could DDoS you whilst you're playing RuneScape, and I could be PKing you at that same time. Does that make me a DDoSer? No, you got into a hissy fit with some World of Warcraft player. It just so happens that at the same time, you get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't DDoS you, but the guy on WoW did because of what you did earlier. So when you have this external problem going on, it's nothing to do with the Jagex worlds, which again, they can't fucking manage themselves. But anyway, that's my opinion on the whole scenario. Everyone on this game is trying to get an advantage on someone else. I've told you before, it's a dog-eat-dog game. The reason you go to Jad to get a fire cape is so you can fuck that guy up with that extra strength bonus and all the rest of it. So everyone's trying to get the upper hand. Everyone's trying to do each other over in some way, shape or form, whether you class that as legit or not. The way I see a lot of it, it's just people out for themselves. So anyways, that's all from me, guys. Put a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.